What's up, everybody? We're on day 221 of the Budget Lydia Challenge, and today we're going to do something a little different. I am going to cleanse my accessories. So, throughout the entirety of this series, I've essentially almost never sold any of my accessories. In the early game, you just need accessories, whether it's, a 5-star uncommon, just to add a little bit of hit points and some resistance or accuracy. Or, in the case of some champions, I still even use, where's my cold heart? I still even use 4-star. Like, this was initially my Kale banner, the first accuracy banner I got for Dark Elves. And since it's 16, it still finds a place on my account. It'll likely get sold soon, but for now it's just, my cold heart doesn't need anything other than that. She's at almost 370 accuracy in a reflex set, so yeah. How I handle cleansing artifacts or accessories, basically, you're just going to start with, you can start by going rank and rarity, anything that's 3 or 4 stars, and take a look at what you have. I've already gone through and sold most of my 4 stars, but like something like this, it's already leveled to 16. I can throw it on a champion, gives them some accuracy. It's all good to go. I don't have to level a new artifact. I wouldn't put it on anyone super important or like a high tier damage dealer, but for now it just doesn't make sense to sell something like that for 20k silver. Some of these I could remove and sell, but it's not worth removing, paying to remove, so those will get destroyed when I replace them. And then things like these refresh rings. These are about the only 4 stars I'll be keeping from here on out, only because there are some strategies in the game where you just need refresh accessories on that champion, and it doesn't really matter if they're 4-star or 5-star. So yeah, I hang on to these just for the refresh bonus. And then here's one that I'm just keeping around in case I need to throw something on a banner lord, but to be honest, that can probably be sold. I'll sell it when I'm going through the main artifacts. So, next you can go for 5-star, common, and uncommon, and take a look at these. A lot of these just aren't going to be good enough to use anymore. Anything that's already leveled to 12 or 16, I'll keep, just because it's free stats I can throw on a champion. It's already been paid to level up. So unless it's like an accuracy or resistance banner with decent sub rolls, I'm pretty much just going to sell all of these. I'm at the point now where I can farm Spider 24 and have been farming Spider 24 for quite a long time now, so resist banner we'll hold on to until we're going through our main cleansing. Otherwise, all these 5-star uncommons sold. After that, we're gonna start with rings. When I'm cleansing my rings, when I'm cleansing accessories, I like to click on equipped. That way I can see the entire selection of my accessories. So we'll start with our hit points rings. So generally you want to be hanging on to at least 3 to 5 of each type of ring. Maybe less so with attack rings. You're probably good with like having 3 decent attack rings for each faction. But hit points rings are generally what you'll throw on any other champion than a damage dealer, just for the extra tanky stats. So I look here in Dark Elves. I've got 3 hit points rings. It doesn't really matter what their sub rolls are. I'm not going to sell them because I only have 3. Barbarians, I've got a ton. So we can be a little bit picky here. When you're looking at sub rolls, if it's a 5-star rare, it needs to have 2 good % sub rolls. So either HP with HP and defense would be optimal. And if it doesn't have that, it's probably likely going to get sold at this point in the game. But earlier on, when you have less accessories, you'll be fine with just having 1 good sub roll. So HP with either defense or hit points sub roll. There is a use case for hit points rings with multiple attack sub rolls. And that's for champions that you're bringing into faction wars that are attack-based damage dealers, but you still need them to have some tankiness on them. I like to go with hit points rings for those with attack sub rolls. And there are characters like Urost, where his best in slot accessories are hit points main stat with multiple attack sub rolls, just because of how his damage is calculated. So HP with defense, this would be alright for a beginner account, but for me, I'm a little past using it. And I have quite a lot of HP rings here. This I'll keep. It's got HP and defense. If it's epic or legendary, it usually needs to have both HP and defense percentage rolls. Or if it just has one or the other, you're going to want to take it to 4 to see if it lands in any of the good ones. And for a legendary, you might take it to 8. So now it's rolled 2 flat defense. Probably a sell, but I'm going to hang on to it. Revenge accessories, I'm almost never going to sell, no matter what the sub rolls are. This is an HP ring with attack and defense, so this could be something like for a War Maiden, where you want some tanky stats, but you also need attack for damage. HP with percent defense. Gonna roll it to 8. Okay, so it's rolled a couple of defensive stats. Good enough to keep for now. And then this one, I would only... 6-star rare. If it only has 1 corresponding sub roll, I'm probably going to want it to roll twice into defense percent. Otherwise, it's usually not worth spending the money to try to roll it to 12. So I'll get rid of that. Everything I have left is fine. I got a good selection of HP rings. Not optimal substats, but it's enough to gear out a full team. Blood Shield, I'm never going to sell. Reaction, I'm never going to sell. Sometimes you just need them, regardless of the stats. HP with HP defense. HP with flat defense. So this rare is going to get sold. And I'll hang on to this one for a while longer. Undead, I've got a ton of hit points rings. This one is insane. That's one of my best pieces there. And here's what I'm talking about with like Urost. If I ever pulled a Urost, if this rolls more attack, this is like the perfect ring for him. Another one, Frozen Banshee, who I want to have hit points for faction wars, but gets more damage from attack percent. So that's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm judging my rings. 5-star rare. I do have 4 nice rings here with hit points. So this one doesn't have... It has hit points and no defense percent, so I'll probably sell it. Yeah, I'm going to sell all those. Knight's Rev. Reaction we always keep. This one is like perfect sub rolls. Could be flat hit points would be better. Or flat defense rather would be better, but good enough. Hit points with defense. 6-star rare. Hit points with attack and hit points. So those are all looking pretty good. When we get to the epics now, because I have so many hit points rings in this faction, I'm going to roll some of these up just to see what they roll. This one, 2 flat stats is no good. On an epic, you want to see at least the 2 stats you want, which is hit points and defense percent on an HP ring. Hit points with defense and attack, not good enough. Hit points and attack, not good enough. This one is a good example of a 5-star rare that we'd keep because it has both of the defensive percent sub-rolls. So we'll hang on to that for now. And this one will roll to 4. If it hits hit points, it's a keeper. Yeah, we'll hang on to that. And then these ones here. This one's good. So since I have this one, I'll probably get rid of this here. And then it's likely that I'll never even use some of these rings, like these ones. I could sell them pretty safely, I think. This one might be alright. But by the time I get around to using some of these, I'll probably have better ones to use. Although Knights Rev is the one of the 2 factions I haven't geared anybody out for yet. So I do want to keep a couple of extras just in case. Same with Shadowkin. I haven't done any gearing really for Shadowkin yet either. I'm still using rings that I found like a long time ago. 5-star rare with not good stats. 5-star hit points with only 1%. Only 1%. This one we'll keep. And then Lizardman. Hit points with double. So this one we'll likely use at some point. We have finished Lizardman faction for a while now. But I have a... What's his name? The new legendary Lizardman that does all the slow speeds and stuff. I have him that I want to gear out soon, so he'll probably take one of these 2 rings. And then here's a good one. We'll roll this up to 8 to see what it lands on. Double attack. Not ideal. And then these are both sold. So I think you get the idea with the hit points rings. In some cases you can go for a hit points ring with attack substats, and that'll work on certain damage dealers, especially for faction wars. Most cases you're looking for hit points and defense percent, both on the same ring. And if you don't have them, generally it's not going to be worth spending to roll up. But you do want to keep a handful of decent rings per faction. So yeah, that's the rings. For... Oh, I guess I should go through and cleanse attack rings. So when you have attack rings, you want attack substats. You want to see at least attack percent, and your secondary preferable is hit points percent. But generally you're just going for attack because you want to maximize their damage and not necessarily their survivability. So this is a rare ring that I would keep and roll, and I would hope to hit double attack. So let's see what this one rolls here. Hit points is not too bad. And then attack. So that's a good ring. That one could be very usable. Probably on a cold heart. And that's what I'm looking for in attack rings. Attack, sometimes hit points. Defense rings are exactly the same as attack rings for me, or as hit points rings. You want HP percent, defense percent, and you don't care so much about attack on them. So like here's the perfect... this is what you want ideally, is all 3 percentage stats. And it rolled attack and defense, which is fine. Attack is a bit of a wasted substat on these rings. But again, you want to have... I'll never get rid of these revenge rings. They're just too useful. If this one rolls a triple, it might be worth re-rolling. I don't mind using Chaos Ores on revenge rings, because I can't afford to be buying them in the clan shop anymore, as I'm buying all the other things that are useful. I've started buying the Yakarl and the Yannica fragments, so I don't have a whole lot of clan gold left over. So defense is the same as hit points, except you want to see more defense percent sub rolls than you would hit points, and you want to avoid attack sub rolls at all costs. For amulets, hit points and defense amulets are roughly the same to me. I prefer hit points, but there are some champions that you're going to be gearing in hit points percent gloves and chest because they have high base hit points, and then you want to equip flat defense rings to bring their defense up instead of like replacing either the chest or the gloves with a defense percent. Same thing, you're looking for, well, not the same thing. With amulets, you're looking for accuracy and resistance. Those are like the only two substats you really care about on flat hit points and defense amulets. Because if you're building a damage dealer, you're going for crit damage amulets. So if you have a crit damage amulet, not only are you interested in accuracy and resistance sometimes, but more so you're interested in the flat damage stat as well. So like you want crit damage with defense, crit damage with hit points, or crit damage with attack, depending on what the main stat of your damage dealer is. And then you're looking to keep, again, 3 to 5 of each type. Keep a little bit more if you think you'll need it. If you know you're not going to need them, or they're just really bad substats, get rid of them. So like this one, crit damage with Ac and Resist could be useful. Crit damage double defense could be good on like a Vizix or somebody if I want to build them for damage. Crit damage with double defense, another defense nuking piece. Crit damage HP and attack would be good for an HP or attack main stat damage dealer. This one here, crit damage with resist and defense, not really useful on a 5-star. And generally, you want to be leaning towards 6-star only when you're at this stage in the game. But as you'll see, I've farmed quite a lot of Spider already. And this is like my only 6-star crit damage amulet. So, you don't always get what you want. And then you've got Banner Lords who have 2 amazing crit damage amulets. Yeah. But even though I have these 2 with the accuracy, I'm still going to keep this one in case I need to roll it. It's got both resist and accuracy, which is nice. But this one I can sell. Actually, I'll roll this one to 4. If it lands on resist or accuracy, I'll roll it to 8. Okay, I was hoping it would go multiple into 1. It could be useful for a resistance champ, but likely I'll never use it. If it rolled multiple into AC or multiple into resistance, it would be worth keeping to maybe roll to 12 someday, but since it's a 5-star, I'm going to get rid of it. Crit damage with attack or defense, good for an attack or defense damage dealer. We get down to these 5-star legendaries, and we want to roll them to see what they're going to land on. Attack and defense, not that useful to me personally. When it splits up like that, it's generally not going to be your best piece. And because I already have, yeah, attack and defense again. This one's a little bit better because it has resist and accuracy both on it. So I will hold on to it. But honestly, the fact that we have all of these revenge accessories, 5-star, and we have this one already, means I can probably just sell the rares. I'll sell this legendary. This one landed in attack. It's only 5-star, so not worth rolling again. If it had landed accuracy, I would have kept going just to see if I could get a triple accuracy roll, which could be usable even on a champion that doesn't need crit damage. Same with resistance here. And then accuracy again. There's not a lot of champions per faction you'll be gearing in crit damage. Certain factions you'll need more than others, like Demon Spawn. I have a handful of Demon Spawn nukers that I want in crit damage. But there's no way I'll ever need this many. So like, let's check out these here. I've got Aethel in a really nice one with some Ac and Resist. I've got this guy in one who doesn't need it anymore because I don't use him. And then crit damage with defense hit points, attack resist, defense resist. These I can hang on to the ones with defense, because I could use those for Armiger at some point. This one I'll sell because it only has one useful stat on it, either attack or resist. But usually you're not going to be building your damage champions in resistance setups, so it's kind of not worth rolling. This one with accuracy is worth rolling. Accuracy is worth rolling. This is a revenge, so we'll never sell those. This one, only 5-star, doesn't have Ac or resist. Only 5-star. Now this one we can keep, because Ac and resist are both useful. Like, sometimes you just need them on a champ. But it's not worth rolling. It's just something we'll hang on to, and if we ever run into a situation where we need it, we'll have it there ready to go. These we can roll up to see if they hit Ac. Okay, so that'll be worth keeping. And that'll be worth keeping as well. Crit damage with HP and Ac. So let's take a look at the ones we already have. We have crit damage double accuracy. We have crit damage with a bit of resist. So crit damage with resist and Ac is good. With HP and Ac is good. This one is a sell. Refresh we always keep. Cleansing 5-star we'll keep. 4-star cleansing we'll get rid of though. And since we already have a lot of 6-star crit damage amulets, I'm not even going to bother rolling these ones. These are fine. These all have good stats on them. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of them. Some of these we barely have any crit damage amulets, so we just keep them. And when we get better ones, we can start selling off the ones that didn't roll very well. But yeah, crit damage, you're looking for either multiple rolls in your damage substat, so hit points, attack, or defense, or you're looking for multiple rolls in accuracy, and sometimes for resistance. Then they can be used just as accuracy or resistance amulets even if you don't need the crit damage. Attack amulets are used only for bomb champs. So factions that have bomb champs, you're going to want to be aware that you might need to keep 1 or 2 extra. So like War Mother is Ogren Tribes, Gaius is Knights Rev, Astrolith is Dark Elves, you know, stuff like that. There's a few more bomb champs out there like Galkut, stuff like that. So Dark Elves has a bomb champ. This one would be perfect, double accuracy. You're looking for accuracy on these. Accuracy and hit points and potentially resistance too. Otherwise they're usually just a sell. I don't know if there's any High Elves bomb champs, but this one isn't good enough to keep anyway. Knights Rev has Gaius, who I don't have. But I'm going to hang on to Revenge Accessories anyway. Just in case I ever need a Revenge Accessory in Knights Rev. Shadowkin. Yeah, I'll just keep those 2. Orcs, Revenge, we'll keep. These, not worth keeping. You seem to get a lot of attack amulets from Revenge. So yeah, if we have 1 attack amulet for each faction, that's decent. And again, we'll keep anything refresh in case we need the refresh effect. So that looks pretty good. So that's amulets. HP and defense, you're looking for resist and accuracy. Attack, you're looking for accuracy. Or more, you know, or basically just keeping 1 for each bomb champion. Crit damage, you're looking for damage substats or resist or accuracy. Banners are the ones you're going to have, you're going to be keeping the most of because there's so many different main stats it can be. The least useful are hit points, attack, and defense. And these are just going to be mostly for your damage dealers. You can argue defense and hit points are good on like support type champions. But if you have a support type champion, they're usually there to be resistance tanks or to land debuffs. Which means these are mostly damage dealer pieces. They can be turn meter booster pieces and stuff like that too. If they get multiple sub rolls in speed. So any banner, regardless of main stat, if it has speed sub roll, you're going to roll it and try to hit the speed. Just to use it on your turn meter boosters. In a faction like Dark Elves, I don't think there's any turn meter boosters that I care about. So I'm going to be a little bit pickier with them. Attack, you're looking for attack sub rolls. Any other percent sub rolls are good. Defense, you're looking for the defense percent. If it's a defense with attack percent, that's garbage. Attack with and anything with speed, you're going to roll regardless. So if you see speed, you go for it. If you see the main stat matched in the substats, you're going to roll it to see if it hits. And if you have something completely mismatched like this, you're never ever going to use that on an attack champ. There's no speed, there's no attack percent, so it's just basically garbage. Revenge I keep because I just always keep revenge accessories. Never know when you're going to need them for something down the line. And then we get down to 5-star epic, which are less desirable. But if this lands in HP, it would be worth rolling to 8. It did not, so we sell it. Attack with attack percent. Roll it to 4, see if it hits attack. It did not. Attack with speed and attack. Now this is only 5-star, so I'm not going to roll it right now. But this is worth keeping, just because it has the stats I need. It could double roll speed and be useful that way. But if I'm looking for a pure attack banner, I'm probably going to go for something like this maybe. or try to roll this up and see if it hits. Yeah, and we got an attack roll there. So that's going to be my go-to for attack champions and dark elves. Most champs, you're going to be equipping resist or accuracy. It's just the nature of the game. Even attack champions have lots of debuffs. 5-star rare. It does have speed, but no attack percent. So it's unlikely to ever make it on a speed booster or an attack champion, because it's just only going to be at most 14 speed. And I don't think it's worth using an attack banner on a support champion just for 14 speed, personally. Demon spawn. Got an HP banner with triple defense rolls. These ones can be thrown on just straight up tanky champions too, if you just want like a little bit of extra survivability. But then again, you're going to be wanting at least speed on the sub rolls. So like here's an attack with attack, that's good enough to keep. HP with HP, good enough to keep. Defense with defense percent and speed is good enough to keep. Here's an HP with defense and speed, I'll keep that one. Attack percent with no good sub rolls, even though it's cleansing, I am going to sell it. I don't know of too many strategies that require having cleansing accessories. It's only an 8% chance to remove a random debuff, so it's not something you can rely on. And then we've got skinwalkers. HP with defense and speed, worth rolling. Again, anything with speed we're going to try to roll. 6-star rare, we would definitely try to roll to 4. And if it hits speed, it's worth rolling to 8. And if it doesn't, you might just hang on to it for a little bit to see what other banners you have available. So defense with no defense percent, but it is revenge, so we'll keep that. HP with only HP percent, 5-star rare, not good enough. This one could be good enough because it has another tanky stat and speed. And then we have an attack with speed. 5-star, not really going to cut it. We have a much better attack banner up here. And we have this. Oh, this is a hit points banner. But it's quite nice as well. So that's what I'm looking for here. Anything with speed and a matching substat is usually worth rolling. Unless it's a 5-star rare with only one good substat being like speed. Then you probably just sell it and save your money. So I'll do that with the rest of my attack, defense, and hit points banners, which I have a ton of. But then we'll go with our resist and act banners. So this one, it might be better to split it up and just do accuracy. You want to keep at least like 4 or 5 accuracy banners. So pretty much any 6-star I'm going to keep because they give you 96 accuracy. So even if they have terrible substats, it's worth keeping. Anything with speed, defense, hit points is worth rolling. Accuracy with 2 terrible substats, no speed, 5-star rare, not going to happen. That's a good one. Defense and speed is good. Revenge banner has more value to me, so I just keep them anyway. Accuracy with 2 bad substats, not gonna happen. This one could be okay because we have a distinct lack of speed on our banners. So if this double rolls speed, it might actually be better than one of the 6-stars that doesn't have any speed. So only 3 in demon spawn we're gonna keep. Got some really nice reaction banners there. So all these other ones have shitty substats we're gonna sell. Accuracy with attack. And no defensive substats and no speed. I'm going to sell that one because I don't ever see myself getting that to 16. This one's okay with one speed roll. This one is questionable. To be honest, it's probably not worth rolling. And only because I have a lot of good 5-star accuracy banners, and I already have a couple of 6-star accuracy banners with better substats. So this one's really nice too. I got this off the login gifts way back. Accuracy with double attack. No speed, and the other stats are flat. Definitely not worth rolling. This one could be okay with double speed. And the others I'm going to sell. So that's what I'm looking for in accuracy banners. Always roll anything with multiple speed. So like, unless it's 5-star rare and the only good substat is speed, then you may want to try to double roll it to see if it hits double speed, then it could be usable. Me personally, I'm not that fussed about it. Something like this I'll hang on to. I'm not going to waste the silver to roll it yet. But if I ever need like speed on a build and I don't have any better banners with speed on it, then this could come in pretty clutch. I'd almost always rather have too many artifacts and be a little less picky with accessories. Then you find out you're gearing a team and you are short, 10 speed in a build, and you just sold your 6-star rare accuracy banner because it only had one speed roll or something. Resist banners, essentially looking for the same as accuracy. Speed is preferred, and after that you're looking for tanky stats. You're almost never going to build a damage dealer in a resist banner, although there are certain niche cases where you might, like some faction wars bosses, depending on your team comp, you might need to do that. Especially if you have no reviver and can't afford, your team gets like feared and stuff. So, cleansing, no speed. To be honest, I would never use this. If it's 5-star epic, it needs to have at least 2 good substats. 5-star rare needs to have speed on it. At least speed. It needs to have at least speed. Otherwise, it's an insta-sell. Got some decent resist banners here, all revenge. Resistance with attack. We already have a 6-star resist banner on our Duchess. Resist with attack. Resist with speed is good enough to keep. I don't think I would need more than, like, I'm gonna sell those. I have 2 resistance banners. You do lose 18 resistance by switching to a 5-star. But the amount of silver you have to invest to get a banner to 16, I don't think it's worth ever rolling one with this shitty of substats. So resist with speed is usable. Resist with speed, even though it rolled into attack, you still, even if it wasn't a reaction banner, I would still keep it because it has speed and hit points %. Resist with defense, hit point, speed. These are like the perfect 3 substats you'd want to see on a 5-star epic or a 6-star epic resistance banner. 2 flat stats is garbage. Speed and hit points on a 5-star rare. This is a good example of a 5-star rare that I would keep and potentially use. And then for refresh we keep anyway. resist with defense and no other good subs. My resistance banners suck in this faction. So I need to keep a couple just in case, but... yeah, they're not looking too good. So I'll sell the 5-star rares for now. And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through all of them. Sometimes you make a judgment call in keeping one that is a little bit borderline. But again, you want to make sure you have enough accessories to put on at least a full team of that faction. So the numbers I shoot for is like 3 to 5 of each type of accessory. And that's usually a safe bet. And then you keep all your revenge, keep all your refresh, keep all your reaction, keep all your blood shield. So we're gonna see how much silver this nets us. I'm gonna go through and cleanse the rest of it, and then I'll come back in afterwards. We're sitting at, ooh, so we already gained I think we already gained almost 5 mil silver with just the handful that we sold there. And we do have an artifact event running, so I need the silver very desperately. So I'll be back with the results of that. Alright, so that's all done. Up to almost 19 million silver. And I don't remember what the number was, how many accessories I had when I started, but we're down to 494. To be honest, I could probably still go a little bit more on the cleansing, but I've reached the amount of silver I need to sustain myself through the next couple of artifact events. And it was honestly surprising to see that I'm still missing a pretty good selection of banners in certain factions or certain amulets for certain factions. But yeah, got some really good stuff in here. I could likely make some decent upgrades on champions that I already have built. But as long as they're clearing the content I need it for, like maybe Arbiter, I could be looking for something better. With more speed on it and stuff like that. To start maybe thinking about doing better in 3v3 arena. Like this. I roll this to 8. If this lands, yeah, 1 in speed. If I roll this to 12 and it hits speed again, that could be a pretty nice upgrade on speed for my banner. Little stuff like that, but to me it's not really worth investing all the silver rolling up artifacts at this point. Maybe when I'm actually pushing for gold 1 in 3v3, I would be doing that, but most of the time I just prefer to keep the accessory unleveled, or if I've had to roll it up to 8 to see what it rolls substat wise, to see whether I keep it or not. But you'll notice most of them I won't touch. I'll leave them like this, and that's just because by the time I need a hit points banner with speed on it, there's a good chance I've got a better one from farming spider. So yeah, I just keep them unleveled so I don't waste silver. But that's the accessory cleanse. Hopefully I went over some decent points in how I look at cleansing accessories. Try to keep a good supply. Don't sell them until you have to. And keep anything with speed. Any banners with speed on it. Any accessory amulets with resistance or accuracy. Because even on, if you just need a resistance build, it doesn't matter if it's attack, crit damage amulet, anything like that. And then of course, keep all your important reaction, blood shield, revenge are usually good to hold on to. Yep, that's the accessory cleanse, and now I can go ahead and finish my artifact event. Anyways, thanks for watching. My next episode should be the next Griffin boss, hopefully. So I'll catch you in the next one.